Tech launch season is getting excited, and tacked on to the Note Air 4C is this one, the Note Max, and I wasn't even expecting this. Surely, okay, it's a Go Max, isn't it? Or is it a Go 13.3? Who knows, but rose by any other name. I mean, somebody clever said that once, didn't they? But it is 4.6 millimeters thick, and it looks exactly like a Go 10.3 as well, but just the 13.3 inch size. So it's going to be this size. This is the Tab X, but this thin. And out of the three devices that they've launched today, you guys are most excited by this one, the Note Max. And I am too. I think this is something we thought would come pretty soon, but it would come in the Tab lineup and be a Tab XC maybe with a keyboard, or a Tab X Pro with a keyboard. But no, they've gone for the thinnest device. And I'll just reiterate, it's the same thinness as this 10.3 inch device, which is incredibly thin, and it's got a keyboard case. It's got the Boox Super Refresh technology as well, and it's got a 13.3 inch 300 ppi screen. Now that works out at about sort of 3K resolution. So in a screen this size, and this one is at sort of 209, I think, ppi resolution, and it still looks crisp and everything. It's going to be the same size as this, but with the Carta 1300 screen. So that's improved response time, and that's really high resolution and great contrast. So that's why I'm really excited by this. It's going to be a fabulous device. Just to finish off that chat about the naming, why call it the Note Max? And then maybe that's just to tie in with the Note Air 4 launch, because the Note Air is clearly going to continue to be a line for them and be a really popular line for them. So we are going to have to deal with this in their naming conventions. You've got Go, which are the thin and light ones. You've got Note in the middle, which are in the middle. And you've got the Tab series, which is the more productivity mini computer type devices. The Tab X has been great to use stationary here, hooked into a keyboard to type on. So having the keyboard case is really, really welcome. I think this is going to be an amazing device for use cases like mine, which is all about productivity and especially writing. I can imagine myself using this as my main writer's workstation and take it with me everywhere, have it slip in and out of bags, even though it's got all of that screen real estate to be able to, for instance, do side-by-side books and notebooks, or side-by-side text and research, and just, yeah, all of that real estate to type away could be fantastic. Let's wait and see. I've got the specifications as far as they've got so far. It's a 2.8 gigahertz processor, 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage. It doesn't have a front light, and I can see no mention of expandable storage. It's got speakers, it's got a microphone, and it's got a 3700 milliamp hour battery. So good specifications. And it will have the BSR GPU. So it will be lightning quick in its refresh and suitable therefore for using apps. I think it probably makes the Tab X redundant. Importantly, it's going to be cheaper than the Tab X by these early reports. And you can check out the price in your region by the links in the description, but probably does leave space for a Tab XC Pro with a keyboard and have the color screen as well in the future. So I guess e-ink have had to make this size of screen 300 ppi. To use that Carta technology to do Kaleido color, you do need 300 ppi in black and white to give you the 150 ppi color. So hopefully that technology, that 13.3 inch screen, isn't far behind now either. Some of you in the comments, you have been a bit concerned over the possible battery life concerns. I'm pretty sure this will be now BSR version 2, so hopefully that is a little bit more efficient. That will be an important thing for this device, because it's not going to be a massive battery. And there are some concerns about that durability. Something of that size, which is that thin, when shoving that into a bag which is already loaded with maybe a laptop, maybe some other books, that could be an issue, I think. That is thinner than the iPad. So maybe they'll send one to jerry-rig everything, you never know. And as ever, in the comments, there are still some of you waiting for something more specific. The button, for instance, doesn't say fingerprint reader on it. If it loses the front light and the TF card slot, it sounds more like a Go 13.3 every single time I say it. Some of you will still think, okay, there is room for another device here. And yeah, there's a room for another device in the higher price point as well, I suppose. Some of you in the comments are also very enthusiastic for software 4.0, and it seems that you're going to have the choice on all the devices between the Note style UI or the tablet style UI. So the Notes just has a quick access always to reading or notebooks, and the tablet style gives you that more sort of conventional now display with apps and a little app tray down the bottom and widgets and things like that. So that makes sense, I think, just let us use whatever UI we prefer on whichever device we own. And also they're adding table of contents being enabled in notebooks, so you can make your own table of contents. I guess I'm going to say Supernote style. And also your hyperlinks will work now when you use a PDF as a template. So before they worked when you used PDFs in the reading app, but they were removed when you use that PDF as a template. So that's a cool features. I think I'm right in saying this is the only one right now with the 300 ppi 13.3 inch screen. And it could be the new number one. I mean, it's certainly, for my use case, is going in there as the one that I think will do the most for me. Will this be the last launch that we see from Boox this season? I don't know. People excited for a 7.8 inch tablet. People very excited for the Max. But yeah, people have been waiting for the next iteration of the 13.3 inch screen. So here it is.